Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is ReNDoG coming at you from the Cyber Labs maintenance level in this Let's Play Minecraft Feed the Beast series. In the previous episode, we started the process of crossbreeding croppage to try and get for ourselves some reeds. And in this episode, guys, while that crossbreeding is going on upstairs, we are going to go on an adventure to retrieve those mob spawners that we found with the portal gun. And it is going to be freaking sweet. So sit back and relax, my cyber diggity dogs. Let's feed the beast that is our mind. Now, guys, before we go on our mob spawner retrieval mission, there's a few things that I want to show you up in the Cyber Labs over here. I've made this new room over here, and this room is known as the mob spawner isolation cell, and this is where we're going to be putting the mob spawners when we bring them back from those dungeons using the portal gun. And while the mob spawners sit in this room, we'll close it off and the zombies can, I don't know, they can have a zombie party in here, man. It's kind of like a disco in here already. You know, they can just dance with skelebutts and go crazy up in here, man. And while the mob spawners are in there, we're going to head over to the butthole of the first quarry, and we are going to build for ourselves a massive mob spawner trap in here. It's going to be a gravity mob spawner trap, and it is going to generate for us iron from the dead zombies and a whole bunch of other materials that are going to head into the recycling facility to be recycled into other sweet ass loots, guys. But in a little bit of bad news, unfortunately, it is my unfortunate task to report that the first quarry has come to the end of its life. It's run dry, all of the jazz has been sucked out of it, and it is no longer functioning. First quarry, RIP, my friend. Oh God, I loved you, man. You did so well for us. But I'm gonna turn your butthole into a mob spawning trap. So that, you know, silver lining to every cloud, quarry. You're gonna become a mob spawning trap. But and thanks for all of the stuff that you gave us, man. Thanks for all of those sweet ass diamonds and all that sweet ass juicy loots that you sucked up for us. But guys, what I've actually done is move the location of the first quarry to a brand new, fresh location. I've opened up a new cut over here in this wing of the Cyber Labs. And if you want to watch me do this, guys, you can check it out in the next Dogmail episode. I think it's Dogmail number 22 or 23. There'll be a link in the description box below when it's available. But as you can see, I've been working pretty hard strip mining this area. We've got a second quarry set up now, a third quarry, sorry, set up now. You can see there to the south, the southeast of the map over there, and I've been helping the quarry along a little bit. You can see the laser over there is pew-pewing away, trying to get the third quarry fired up. But once this is up and running, guys, we're going to have two basically virgin quarries running, which means we're going to get a butt ton of diamonds, a butt ton of iron, and a whole bunch of recyclable materials for the recycling facility. So I'm really happy about that, guys. Hopefully by the time we've finished our mob trap over here in the first quarry, the third quarry will be up and running, and then we're going to have a ridiculous amount of items coming into the Cyber Labs, man. It is going to be awesome. There are a couple more things that I want to show you guys before we head on our adventure. Firstly, a lot of you guys have been complaining about OCD problems because I hadn't added a storage warehouse sign for the storage warehouse here in the access level, the access shaft rather. So now I've added signage for the storage warehouse, and I've changed the label of the bio-research facility from storage room to bio-research facility. A ton of you cyberdogs were pointing out that this sign was incorrect and it was making your OCD go cray-cray. So I've updated that now, guys. You can put your OCD to rest. Now, guys, in even more good news, we have a few sprouts of reed actually growing in the bio-research facility. We've got a reed in this research pod, a reed in this research pod. There's one in this one. Is there one in this one? Nope, none in this one. But we've got 3 reeds growing now, and guys, it's taken me a ridiculous amount of time to do this. I would estimate maybe like 2 hours of waiting to get these reeds to grow. It's been pretty crazy. So if you guys are doing this yourself, my advice would be just be patient. That reed will crossbreed eventually between wheat and wheat. It will actually happen. It just takes a long ass time. And our goal, guys, is to get 2 bags of reed seeds, because as we've seen already, a wheat and a wheat can make another wheat. So logically speaking, 2 reeds will be able to make another reed. So as long as we can get 2 bags of reed, we can begin the production of reed, and then begin the production of stick reeds, get all the way up to nether warts, and then eventually to feru plants, which are going to make iron for us. But guys, this is going to take a butt long time, and I want to grow a few more sprouts of reed before I actually break them, because I don't want to risk losing them. I want to get 2 bags of reed seeds as soon as freaking possible. So we're going to go on an adventure now, and when we get back, we will start dealing with this reed crossbreeding project that we're working on right now. But in the meantime, as you can see, guys, I've collected a ridiculous amount of unknown seeds over here, and we've got a few sprouts of reed growing, which is excellent news. So we're well on the way to achieving our goal. We just have to break all of the crops that's crossbreed that aren't reed. We have to break them so that they can freaking become reed. And man, reed is actually really rare. It hardly ever freaking grows, as I've come to realize. I'm just going to drop all of this jazz off, guys, and we are ready to head off on our freaking adventure. I've got my jetpack, I've got some armor on, I've got my sword, I've got my portal gun. We are not going on a mining adventure. We are going on a mob spawner retrieval adventure. That is our primary goal, to get that spawner into the cyber lab safe and sound, and into the mob spawner isolation cell down there in the maintenance level. So guys, let's do this, man. We are heading back into the abandoned mine shaft that we found and that we portaled out of, and we're going to try and find our way back to the mob spawners. But it shouldn't be too difficult because we've got the waypoints showing over there. So this is the abandoned mine shaft that we found ourselves in, and I think to get back to the mob spawners we need to head down into the butthole of this giant ass ravine. And then, so there's a mob spawner that way, and there's a mob spawner that way. Let's go this way first, I think. But I remember them being quite close together. Yeah, this is a dead end over here on this side. So I think we need to go to this mob spawner, and then if we just follow our torches and follow the path that we took, I think we probably should be able to find our way back to that other mob spawner that we found, because I do remember them being quite close together. And now the sweet thing is that we have this portal gun, right? And we can literally use the portal gun to portal our way out of the dungeon with the mob spawner, and then come back through that portal to retrieve the second mob spawner. So all we have to do is actually find these things again. But it's been quite a long time since we've been down here, and I think I actually tunneled my way here, didn't I? I'm sure we dug a tunnel. Yeah, this is the tunnel. Yeah, I remember. Is this the tunnel? I think this is the tunnel. It looks like we're heading towards this mob spawner right now. So yeah, I think this is actually the tunnel. Okay, awesome. I think we are approaching that mob spawner, guys. This is the first one that we found. And we just have to be careful to use the portal gun properly. You guys told me in the comment section that if I press G, I can actually pick up a block using the portal gun. And that's how we're going to be able to transport this mob spawner back to the cyber labs. Well, hopefully anyway, that's the theory. Okay, here we go. We are, oh, yes, it is right over here, guys. There it is. It's coming up. Where are you? There it is. Okay, awesome. This is the first spawner that we found, if you guys remember correctly. And okay, sweet. So there it is, and it is a zombie spawner. This is actually the spawner that we want, because zombie spawners, zombies drop iron ingots, right? And that's basically what we need to make the Ren Star. So this is a perfect spawner for us. Now, I'm actually going to do a test of the portal gun. Okay, so let's firstly get back into the cyber labs. So I'm going to right click to use the dark blue portal. There we go. That's going to take us back into the portal room, right? But I just want to see if we're going to be able to take a block through that portal. Just want to do a test. So I'm going to take this bit of mossy cobblestone with us into that portal and into the cyber labs. And let's have a look if this is actually going to work. Oh, God. Bam! Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we actually had it in our hand, but we dropped it. So if we pick it up, right, and how do we place it? Okay, so we have to press G to place it, right? But it looks like the block actually disappears when you come through the portal. So that's not good, because we're not going to be able to see where we place the spawner. Let's just do another test, right? Let's just go through the portal with the block, and then if we press G, okay, so we have to get the outline of the block showing before we press G to actually place the spawner. Okay, so now we know how the portal gun works. Now we know how it's going to react, and that's going to help us get the spawner back into the Cyber Labs maintenance level and into the mob spawner isolation cell without breaking anything. So let's do this, guys. Let's press G. Okay, all right. Gentle, easy does it. Okay, back into the Cyber Labs. Okay, I gotta be really freaking gentle with this, man. This is some fragile ass jazz right here. This is basically gold right now, man. We need to keep this mob spawner up and running. Don't break it, don't drop it. into the mob spawner isolation cell. Okay, I think we're on a block now, right? We're on a block. G. There we go, place. All right, sweet, 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 sweet. That actually works, guys. We have moved a mob spawner from a dungeon into the cyber labs. That is freaking epic. Okay, also, oh god, oh god. No, 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 no. Not good, not good. That zombie definitely spawned from this spawner, right? So when we get the other spawner in here, we're going to have to close it off, I think, and seriously isolate the spawners while we work on the trap. But all right, guys, let's get back into that dungeon area and try find for ourselves that second spawner and get it back to the cyber lab safely. And that is 345 meters away, man. Damn. That is a long-ass way away. How did we get to that second spawner? Did we find that second spawner after we found that giant ass ravine? Is that what happened? I can't really remember. I was so freaking excited to find the portal gun. I can't really remember how we found the second spawner. I think let's head back to the giant ravine, try get within like 100 meters of this spawner, and then we could probably just dig our way there. Well, actually we can't because I didn't bring a pickaxe with me. But okay, let's see if we can find it. I'm sure we'll be able to find it. So guys, while we're on our way there, I want to talk about my plans for the actual mob trap. I want to make a gravity mob trap, right? So the idea is to make a ridiculous amount of spawning pads, to place those spawners on top of the pads and any other spawners that we find on adventures. You know, if we can get like, I don't know, 10 spawners into that mob trap, imagine how much loot we'll be able to generate, man. It'll just be ridiculous how many iron ingots we'll get from zombies and how many materials we'll be sending to the recycling facility. So that's kind of the plan, right? And maybe we have to go up. And I think what I want to do, right, is I don't want to use any water or anything like that to push the mobs off the platforms. I think we'll just use like trap doors and stuff to make the mobs fall to their death. And then what we'll have at the bottom of the mob trap is obsidian pipes, and those obsidian pipes will suck up the loot when the mobs fall and die. So I think that sounds like a pretty good plan, and I think that's the design of the mob trap that I'm going to go for. Keep it nice and simple. Just use gravity, man. You know, let gravity do its work. Gravity can take care of those freaking mobs like nobody's business. And then the obsidian pipes can collect all the jazz that they drop. But I don't know how we're going to get to this mob spawner over here unless this tunnel takes us there. Does this tunnel take us there? Yeah, this tunnel takes us to another dungeon for the win. Yes. Here we go. Yep, here we go. Sweet. Okay, awesome. We're going to get our second mob spawner back to the Cyber Labs maintenance level, and that means we can start working on our epic mob trap, man. Okay, here we go. Yes, this is definitely the right way. That zombie wants to protect his jazz, man. He's like, dude, you touch my freaking spawner, I'm going to touch your ass. Well, eat my freaking sword. Butt bandit. All right. Let's see. Okay, so down there is a dead end. I think it's probably around this corner over here. Yes, here it is. Oh, epic. The thunder has even started, man. There's thunder raging just to freaking say how epic this moment is. 2 mob spawners we're able to transport because of that portal gun that we found in the chest, man. Oh, feed the beast, you are so awesome. All right, here we go, guys. The second mob spawner, and it is also a zombie spawner. That is epic. Our mob trap is going to be an iron ingot producing beast of epic proportions, man. Happy freaking days. Okay, so we've got our dark blue portal. We've got our spawner, our portal gun. I'm going to press G, pick this spawner up. Okay, into the Cyber Labs. Let's get back into the Cyber Labs. Lag. Gentle does it. Gentle does it. Down to the mob spawner isolation cell. Easy, easy, easy. Easy now, easy now. Okay, and press G to place. G, okay, sweet. And let's get some torches all up in this jazz. Sweet. This thunder is not helping the situation, man. It's making this really ominous. Ah, bastard! Give me your armor. Or your balls, I don't mind. Alright, we need to seal off this mob spawner isolation room right now, guys. Right ASAP, man. I'm not even talking about now. I'm talking about just now. Okay, this is so awesome. I'm so happy right now, guys. We have got our spawners in place. They are unfortunately spawning zombies though, which is not good. We might need to actually expand the size of, yeah, we're gonna have to expand the size of this isolation room, because the zombies are actually spawning just outside of the isolation chamber. So I'm gonna expand the isolation chamber by 1 row like this. And I know it looks butt ugly, but this is just a temporary structure. Once we get our mob trap set up, then we can transport the spawners into the mob trap, and we will be ready to start spawning some freaking mobs. Sweet. Oh god, there is a lot of spawnage going on up in here, man. A lot of spawnage going on up in here. This is not freaking good right now. All right, let's just light this whole area up, and let's just lock them in for good. There we go. Okay. Whew. Zombies isolated, mob spawners isolated. That means our next task can be to start working on an epic giant ass gravity mob trap right here in the butthole of the first quarry. But guys, we're going to start that work in the next episode, because that's going to be quite a huge project. But man, I am so happy that we managed to successfully transport those spawners back into the cyber labs. To be honest, I didn't think it was going to work. I thought that the portal was actually going to break the mob spawner, and that we weren't going to be able to bring it through the portal, but it seems to have worked perfectly, and that is epic. And in the meantime, we've got reeds growing, we've got a whole bunch of other crops growing, and we are one step closer to being able to produce iron from croppage. And man, things are just looking up for us here in the cyber labs, man. We are getting so freaking close to starting to work on the ReNStar, the giant ass space platform that we're going to build, that is going to suck this freaking planet dry of its resources, man. Man, I'm just loving Feed the Beast at the moment. But guys, I'm going to end the episode here. I'm afraid we've run out of time. But if you enjoyed this episode, my friends, show me the freaking love and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, man, hit the freaking subscribe button so you can keep up with this series. You can watch us working on the giant mob spawner we're going to make in the butthole of the first quarry, and watch how we start to generate iron from crops in this Feed the Beast series. So guys, if you have enjoyed it, you know what to do. And we will see you in the next video. Goodbye, my friends.